Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. The funniest people are the saddest ones. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. Writing cannot express all words. Words cannot encompass all ideas. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. When you meet someone better than yourself, turn your thoughts to becoming his equal. When you meet someone not as good as you are, look within and examine your own self. Behind every smile there's teeth. Don't do unto others what you don't want done unto you. 100 girls aren't worth a single testicle. Man has 3 ways of acting wisely. First, on meditation, that is the noblest. Secondly, on imitation, that is the easiest. Thirdly, on experience, that is the bitterest. Study the past if you would define the future. Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. In a high situation, he does not treat with contempt his inferiors. In a low situation, he does not court the favor of his superiors. From the Son of Heaven down to the mass of the people, all must consider the cultivation of the person the root of everything besides. The superior man does what is proper to the station in which he is. He does not desire to go beyond this. In a position of wealth and honor, he does what is proper to a position of wealth and honor. In a poor and low position, he does what is proper to a poor and low position. Isn't it a pleasure to study and practice what you have learned? It is the way of the superior man to prefer the concealment of his virtue, while it daily becomes more illustrious. And it is the way of the mean man to seek notoriety, while he daily goes more and more to ruin. Listen widely to remove your doubts, and be careful when speaking about the rest, and your mistakes will be few. It is not the failure of others to appreciate your abilities that should trouble you, but rather your failure to appreciate theirs. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. Never contract friendship with a man that is not better than thyself. Learn as if you were not reaching your goal, and as though you were scared of missing it. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? Don't use cannon to kill mosquito. To rank the effort above the prize may be called love. A youth, when at home, should be filial and abroad respectful to his elders. He should be earnest and truthful. He should overflow in love to all and cultivate the friendship of the good. When he has time and opportunity after the performance of these things, he should employ them in polite studies. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. Respect yourself and others will respect you. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. You cannot open a book without learning something. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute, The man who does not ask is a fool for life. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Such being its nature, without any display, it becomes manifested. Without any movement, it produces changes, and without any effort, it accomplishes its ends. To entire sincerity, there belongs ceaselessness. Great as heaven and earth are, men still find some things in them with which to be dissatisfied. Thus it is that were the superior man to speak of his way in all its greatness, nothing in the world would be found able to embrace it, and were he to speak of it in its minuteness, nothing in the world would be found able to split it. What heaven has conferred is called the nature. An accordance with this nature is called the path of duty. The regulation of this path is called instruction. The path may not be left for an instant. If it could be left, it would not be the path. Thus his words have respect to his actions, and his actions have respect to his words. Is it not just an entire sincerity which marks the superior man? The superior man examines his heart, that there may be nothing wrong there, and that he may have no cause for dissatisfaction with himself. I do not open up the truth to one who is not eager to get knowledge, nor help out anyone who is not anxious to explain himself. It is only the individual possessed of the most entire sincerity that can exist under heaven, who can adjust the great invariable relations of mankind, establish the great fundamental virtues of humanity, and know the transforming and nurturing operations of heaven and earth. The superior man, when resting in safety, does not forget that danger may come. When in a state of security, he does not forget the possibility of ruin. Sincerity is the way of heaven. The attainment of sincerity is the way of men. His presenting himself with his institutions before spiritual beings, without any doubts arising about them, shows that he knows heaven. His being prepared, without any misgivings, to wait for the rise of a sage 100 ages after shows that he knows men. To show forbearance and gentleness in teaching others, and not to revenge unreasonable conduct. This is the energy of southern regions, and the good man makes it his study. To lie under arms and meet death without regret. This is the energy of northern regions, and the forceful make it their study. Therefore, the superior man cultivates a friendly harmony without being weak. How firm is he in his energy! All things are nourished together without their injuring one another. The courses of the seasons and of the sun and moon are pursued without any collision among them. The smaller energies are like river currents. The greater energies are seen in mighty transformations. It is this which makes heaven and earth so great. Able to assist the transforming and nourishing powers of heaven and earth, he may with heaven and earth form a tourney-on. It is only he who is possessed of the most complete sincerity that can exist under heaven, who can give its full development to his nature, able to give its full development to his own nature. He can do the same to the nature of other men. Thus it is that the superior man is quiet and calm, waiting for the appointments of heaven, while the mean man walks in dangerous paths, looking for lucky